Well, good morning, everybody. Hi, Julie, Hector, JB, Dean. It took me a while, I got to tell you. I kept wondering, what in the world is Dean doing there? And then I just started laughing. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday, 2022. It's the 7th of 2022. I wish everybody the best of days. However, I do think the market is still choppy, so let's carve out a fun day doing something else. Just about anything. And I do believe the market is extremely choppy right now. I think it's very, very hard to trade. The market really does not have any direction. I'm looking at the SPY here, just no direction. I know that it's been down, so we might say, well, hey, that's the direction. The problem is there's a fair amount of support here, and it looks like it's being supported up. So it's kind of hard to short, and it's kind of hard to be long until the buyers step up and tell us that, hey, we're going to be moving price up. That's something we want to wait for. Qs are in a world of hurt. They are hurting, and I find it very hard to believe that the market is actually going to go a lot higher without the Qs. I find it very, very hard for the market to do. So the combination of the Qs being kind of sour and the market overall, and when I say market, I'm speaking of the SPY myself. The SPY trying to move up, that's just going to create this tug of war between the two, and that's what's going to create some chop, and that could be very painful. Chop usually is painful. So with price still under the T-line under the Trendicator, and right now we have the Trendicator under the 50-period moving average, I just can't possibly be long on the Q, so probably the short side is better here. IWM is sour as they get. There is a possibility, and I say sour because we've got a top here. We're failing the 50-period moving average. We're down. It looks like we may be just doing something like this based on that chart pattern. But there is a possibility, get my pen out, that is a shoulder and that is a head, and that could be a shoulder, but could is not worth trading. So let's wait and see that it's actually going to happen. If IWM started trading above that level right there, then I would have to be a bit bullish. The diamonds have fared what I think is a little bit better than what we've looked at, because we are holding above the Trendicator, and that's a pretty important little line to me right there. Because anything above that, I tend to be on the bullish side. Anything below that, not so much. So it held yesterday, and it's holding ever so slightly this morning. We fail the Trendicator, then we've got the whole 50-period moving average, 34 EMA right in this area here of 358 and change. So important area right in here. T2122, let's don't do it that way. Let's do it this way. There we go. Here we tried to bounce back up yesterday. I really wish it would have just come on down, to tell you the truth. A lot of times what I see is when we start this bounce like this, the bounce really doesn't go up. What it does is it kind of fakes you out, dances around, then comes down before it goes up. So I think we're in Chop City, and that's not the best place to be. Really not. VIX, VIX, there we go. Over the last few days, the VIX has worked out pretty well as far as candle patterns go. We've got a nice morning star here, a great follow through day before yesterday. It's turned the Trendicator green. That's important. Now, yesterday was just kind of a ho-hum day for the most part, other than we held at the top end of yesterday's candle, the day before candle, plus we held, let's do it this way, plus we held above the Trendicator. So I'm going to put this line right there, like that, and I'll just wrap it around the Trendicator, kind of, sort of, close enough. Anything above that line, we need to be extremely careful going long in the market, because this is a sign that fear is building. Fear brings sellers. Buyers are afraid of fear. Buyers are chickens. So too much fear rolls into the market. The buyers will start stepping out of the way because they really don't want to get hit by the bus. They're kind of smart, actually. And those sellers start having their way, and this will go up. And if that's the case, it won't be so good for those longs. So I want to be a little careful there. All right, I've got a few charts here. Thanks everybody for being here. Also, right way option folks, say hi. If you're not an HRC member, well, you know, even if you are a right way options member and an HRC member, wave your hand, say hi. Doug is out today, so we've opened the room up to both rooms are over here. So please say hi. Welcome, glad to have you. Feel free to treat this like your room. So seriously glad to have you here. Alrighty, IGT. I like the way IGT is setting up. Oh yeah, one other thing here. Anything I'm looking at today, I'm not. Christy, you're gonna make me laugh today, aren't you? Anything we look at today, like the stock ideas for the morning, here's what I do. I put them on a special watch list, and this is what I trade from an awful lot. The point I'm trying to make here is IGT, I like that, but it does not mean it's a buy today. I look at IGT, and let's see, is this going to stay on top? No, it is. I look at IGT here, and I see a chart that's been down. We've rallied up, we've come down again, and then we broke out. So by breaking out of, that's a pretty crooked line. Maybe I could do a little better than that. There we go, close enough. By breaking out of this high, that set it up for some bullish activity. Now, we also broke out of the 50-period moving average, and all we've done is move sideways. A little noisy, but all we've done is move sideways. So to me, that is a bullish chart. Right now, I see targets of about 32.80 and then about 38 up here. So it doesn't mean that today is the buy. The buy could be 9 days from now. It's just a chart I want on my watch list, which I'll put it on my managed watch list, and from there I will decide whether I want to trade it or not. Right now there's 50, 60 charts because we put all the charts each day. We do this, and each morning I do this, and then these stocks, because they might be new and never have been on this list, or they actually might be on this list looking better. So the important thing is, if they're not a trade today, they're not a trade today. And I got to tell you, I'll show you something after the market opens, and I'm telling you now, they're not a trade today. And I will show you exactly what I'm talking about after the open here in the room. Okay? So IGT, because of the way it's set up, I see some good target areas up here. We had a great candle yesterday holding up here. Looks like we're down a little bit, but an inside day. Thank you, jobs report. But that is what it is. Stop, if somebody was to buy that, or if I was to buy that, right now my stop would be in the neighborhood of 27.80, something like that. APTV is another chart that I like here. Looks like we're moving up. The idea would be to come up and challenge these tops over here and then break out and move on higher. Let's put this line right here. You can see that downtrend line. Here we've broken out. We've broken out of the 50-period moving average. And what we've done here is we've put in a Fig Newton chart pattern. I consider this a very bullish chart pattern. 1 second, please. My apologies, I had to sneeze. So this is a Fig Newton chart pattern, a bullish candle, not so bullish, bullish. And like I said, I consider that a bullish candle. So now it's a matter of finding or choosing an entry. Everybody's a little bit different on choosing an entry. We can certainly talk about that in the room today and try to hone in on what might be a good entry. And by the way, two super traders, what I would consider super traders, could have completely different ideas where the entry is. Both traders could like this chart, love this chart. Both traders can see the resistance up here, and both traders might even see where a target might be up here. But both traders might not agree on where to enter. Entering is very personal. I don't mean personal like secretive. I mean personal like it's personal to Nancy. Nancy's entry might be totally different than what Crispy's is up there. Mine might be totally different what anybody else's is. The entry is not the important point of the chart. The important point of the chart is to find a good chart and see the path to profits and take profits up here. So really, if somebody bought it here at 175.07, they're still going to make money if it works out. Somebody that bought it down here at 169.93, yeah, they're going to make a little bit more money, but that does not make them a better trader. FEIE, looking pretty sharp to me here. Nice little bottom coming up. Here we've had a good strong run up and a terrific little flag being made right now. It's also a 3/8 trap. So what I'm going to look for is that positive trading on this candle, on this chart. So I'm going to look for positive trading. Could be bought in this area, could be bought on a breakout. We're going to look for targets. Normal targets are going to be something like the 50 period moving average, maybe something up here and so on. Stop-wise, if it fell back below about whatever, about that 550, about 550, a little less than 550 maybe, then I wouldn't want that chart. BTU, look at BTU here. Interesting chart. Here we've got a low, and we're going to duplicate that. And here we have a higher low. We're going to duplicate that. And, whoops, do we have a higher low here? So we also have higher highs on this. So there's a high, there's that low, there's that high, there's that low. This is starting to look like a pretty nice chart setup here. Nice trend setting up in there. Might have to look for a buy in that. On a breakout, let's see here. On a breakout of here, I better move that. That could get us into about $13. And then from $13, I think I'll have to go right up here to about $14.65. Anything below yesterday's candle would have to be a stop out, I believe. Ford still looks good. For those in Ford, hang with it. It looks great. Congratulations. Make sure you keep pushing your stop up. If you're going to get stopped out, it's better to be stopped out up here than way down here. Don't put your stop down here. That makes no sense, actually. Down, 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 down. You've just lost all your money. You're stopped out. You've got no money. So raise that stop up. If it wants to stop you out, goody goody gumdrops. You put some folding money in your pocket, and you can always set it up again for a buy. So right now, Ford still looks pretty good. I would like to see a little bit more consolidation before I buy it. But on the other hand, if the market was to turn somewhat bullish, I see Ford as a buy right in there. FE is a nice trend. Excellent trend, actually. Look at that. Boom. Nice J hook in the making here. That would be a J hook once it breaks out. Nice candle yesterday. Inverted hammer, bullish candle. We're over the T line. We're in a 3/8 trap. Excellent looking chart. GM. Let's put GM on the table. I think GM right now is just consolidating right here. I definitely see GM going higher. Charts like GM, and Ford was the same way. If you don't have these on a watch list and if you're not paying attention to them, what will happen is you'll miss them. They'll sit here and just bop around. Not the greatest looking chart right now for an entry, not at all. But I think we all know GM's going to go higher. I can't imagine somebody not believing GM's going to go higher. So, but it doesn't mean the buy is today. It doesn't mean that, because actually GM could still come down before it goes higher. So you've got to have this on a watch list, I think. Have some way to be alerted. This is where I use live trading alerts, that this thing is starting to take off. And when it starts to move, that's where we want to be looking at buying. Maybe here, maybe on a breakout. And we're still looking for the same target areas up here. But if you don't have it set aside somewhere special, some way to keep an eye on it, what will happen is it will quietly sneak up there. And before you know it, now you can't buy it because it's too high. So one of those charts, keep close. Target, last one, Target here. So Target is down big time. Let's do this. Boom. Target is down big time. And then Target came in here and put in this cute little bottom. It went sideways and fell apart. Well, when it fell apart, what it did is it came right back up, creating a belt hold. So now what I'm looking for is positive trading pretty much over that area right there. With that, we'll just take a look at that 50-period moving average, target area. We're going to come up here to where price has been before, around 248. And I suppose we ought to put a line around here, 243. We'll let the rest take care of itself. So that's the last one I have right there. I want to wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful trading day. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll be back in about 20 minutes. That's when the market opens. And then we'll have some fun and games. You guys take care. Thank you very much for being here.